It appears I wasn't insufferably negative about anything for a staggering total of 3 hours, and if I won't fix it quick enough, my brand is going to start taking damage. Therefore, why in the ever-loving ass of the potted plant on the balance team was Soulbeast given boost charge out of the blue? Sure, I should have asked this question about 2 months ago when this 6-legged brat was added to the game, but I was too preoccupied with judging map geometry. However, in my defense, I'm late to the party only few days longer than majority of Ranger mains, and I give roughly as much of a crap about their class as Arena gives about making Flurry tooltip display factual information. So I feel more than vindicated from the fact that I didn't notice at first how comically not okay is the Janthir B moveset. You get a crippling and slowing pool of honey, you get a multi-hitting flurry with poison application, and you get goddamn boost charge in the package. Do I have to explain how much taking one arguably strongest utility skill one class has and porting it almost one-to-one onto another class is a shitty move? Even if you forget for a moment about competitive performance and only think about class identity and being fair towards your players, taking essentially the signature strength of one class, because that's what boost charge for Warrior is, as we don't have a fucking class mechanic, and giving it to a bloody pet so that the 6-legged bastard NPC has the same lockdown threat as an actual player does, is comically absurd to put it lightly. Not to mention, if you put it on any Soulbeast worth their crap, meaning one that knows they can unmerge in combat, that flurry and boost charge suddenly becomes 2 flurries and 2 boost charges. Currently, a player fighting a ranger is going to have to dodge 2 boost charges in a row in order to not get blown up. And yes, those 2 cooldowns tick down separately. Numerically, Janthir B brings in total 6 seconds of knockdown, assuming Soulbeast player can press buttons, and with exception of shorter range, B's charge brings all the same utility as Bull's charge does, meaning it can be used as emergency dodge, as a reversal tool, or to get onto someone safely from a decent distance. Now riddle me this. Why do you think a knockdown was removed from Smokescale toolset? Exactly. We now have the new strongest ranger pet for both PvP and World v World, for both power and combi variants. And as soon as ranger mains collectively figure that out, Hydrated one is going to have to do something about it. So of course, baby ranger mains are going to cry out into the havens asking why are they getting nerfed again. I do not know why Arena went forward with the B as it is. Even if you consider that arguably the best player on EU is a ranger main, that third of the balance team personnel is a ranger main, and that the game's mascot streamer is also a ranger main, and that the whole studio has a secret crush on all 3 of them, this decision still doesn't make sense. Because eventually Arena will have to give Ranger compensation nerfs for the ridiculous amount of utility Ranger got out of the blue with the newest one, and honestly every single flipping pet release since Heart of Thorns. If I had to have my own conspiracy theory, I'd assume that someone on design team, that's the people who make new combat features such as weapons, pets, etc., really fucking hates CMC or the potted plant, and wants to make their jobs as ergo 2 faces of the balance team very stressful and miserable, as pretty much every new feature added since their employment was just another round of problems for the balance team. However, if you recall on-release Spellbreaker, you may realize that this theory doesn't hold up a candle, but rather 2 distinct fingers, one on each of its hands, and it's clearly a joke, such as myself. That said, if Ranger catches a stray nerf out of left field, just know it's a response to a stray buff it got from equally as left quarterly update. And there is another quarterly update incoming, with another potentially four-legged reason to slap everyone's favorite greener-than-life boy with another round of compensation nerfs. And the cycle of life of a Ranger main continues. Before we wrap it up, a big sign of gratitude towards everyone enjoying the video documentation of my deteriorating mental state to the point of paying for it. You're all truly welcome. Ratface out.